Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous Monday. I know I have been. My name is Harlequin Murray, and I am the co-host this evening, as I am every Monday night. Um, and Ellen, you're unmuted and we can hear you. Anyways, I get to go and introduce our speaker this evening, who is our team leader, our illustrious team leader, but also my personal friend and my personal sponsor as well. Her name is Ellen Winn. But for those of you who are new to our team and you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We appreciate you being here. And for those of you who are new, just a little bit of information about Ellen. She grew up in the Metro Atlanta area, just outside of Atlanta, in a town called Dallas, Georgia, where she grew up on her family farm. And she ended up, once she got out of school, she went into the restaurant industry and worked there for many years and had worked herself up to the regional manager and training director for Domino's Pizza. And after a few years of doing that, she decided that she wanted to start her own business and be her own boss. And she has not had an employer since then, but she started her own pizza restaurant. She actually had 2 locations. And once she got out of that industry, she was introduced to network marketing, where she worked for several different companies. And that's how I met her. She was my upline team leader in another company. And with that company, she was actually the national training director for them. So she's got a lot of experience working in the training arena. She was actually running a training center whenever I met her, but she has been with DAC for almost 4.5 years now, or no, almost 5 years, excuse me. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to let Miss Ellen Winn take it away.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you, Harlequin. I appreciate that introduction, and welcome to all of you here. As Harlequin said, if this is the first time you've joined us on our Monday night team Zoom, we're excited to have you here. We do this Zoom live every Monday, giving you an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have. I know on Mondays and Fridays at 11:30 a.m., David Rutz, our company founder, does a corporate Zoom, but not everyone can attend those live because they may be working a traditional job or other responsibilities may interfere with their schedule. So this gives you a nighttime opportunity to attend a live Zoom and get your questions answered. We'll touch on some of the things that David covers, but I try not to do too much of the same as what he does and cover some additional things. So tonight, I'm going to go ahead and get us into screen share mode, get us kicked off like I always do with some team recognition. We've got a couple of people on here tonight to share some testimonials. And then we're going to talk about the points that you want to make when you're making cold calls or calling on people about some of our programs. Mine in particular is Relevate. But let's get us into the screen share and start with our DAC Wonder Woman or Superman costume that's underneath for all of us to be out there and be someone to help rescue business owners across our country. Business owners really need what we have to share, and also individual persons need what we have to share, because so many people are looking for additional income. They need additional income, or they're looking for a career change. They're not happy with what they're doing today. And DAC offers a solution for both business owners that need extra money and individuals that need extra money. So let's get into the first thing that I always do each week, and that is our recruiting numbers. And this is for the week of February the 20th through February the 26th. You had to have at least 2 recruits to be on the leaderboard for this. We had many people that did recruiting, but in first place last week, we had DeAnthony Thomas with 5 new agent recruits. In second place, we had a 3-way tie, each with 2 new agents. We had Roger James, Rosina Marie, and Terrence Gibson hitting the leaderboard. So congratulations to you all. As I said, many people had at least one. In fact, we had 36 people who had at least one new agent recruit for the week, with a total of 44 new agents that joined our team from me throughout the organization. Harlequin is one part of my organization, as she's directly enrolled by me. And I have many more agents that are directly enrolled, as you will too, as you start building a team and an agency of your own. The next thing I want to cover is some promotions. And we had a couple of DAC 1 promotions for the week. What is DAC 1? Well, you get to DAC 1 by moving through the compensation plan, specifically through funded products, okay? That may change. We're going to get some updates on our compensation plan here, hopefully in the next few days. But as it stands, to get promoted to DAC 1, you have to have at least one qualified funding. What is a qualified funding? That is a client with funded value of at least $6,000 to be considered qualified. Okay, one qualified funding and a total funded value of $10,000 or more. So let's say you have that one qualified funding and it's only $6,000. So it counts as a client and it counts towards being amped up. That's what the qualified means. That's where they count. But if it doesn't hit the 10,000, then you would need a second client to get to that 10,000 funded value to be eligible to get promoted to DAC 1. Well, both of our promotions this past week came in with one client that was over $10,000 that promoted them to DAC 1. So I'd like to congratulate Reese Carpenter and Jasmine Wilcox. I know I saw Reese on earlier, and Harlequin, you said Jasmine was going to join us. So let's see who wants to.
They're both on.
Okay, great. All right. So what I'd like from you two, give you both an opportunity to share just a couple of minutes, maybe what it is you see about DAC, or how you got your client, or what industry your client is. We certainly want to keep the client's name and funded amount. We want to keep all of that stuff private, right? But we can be generic in what you want to share there. So whichever one of you wants to go first, raise your hand, and we'll go in the order of hands raised there. Or whoever can unmute. There's Jasmine. Okay, Jasmine, I'm going to ask you to unmute. You got your hand up first. All right.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, there we go. Now we can see you too.
Oh.
Congratulations, Jasmine. Really excited for
Thank you.
I know Harlequin talked to you earlier today. You want to share with everyone a little bit about your story and what happened to get that client?
Well, I am, first off, I'm from Oakland, California. So I've been kind of dabbling email marketing for about a year or so. And I started with the company around that time. And social media is a really big thing nowadays. Everybody has their phone in their hand, and I know everybody needs some type of funding. So I just made a post on social media, and I got a lot of people who were interested in the information. And my one particular client who's in landscaping needed funding. He was in one of those situations where he makes the revenue, but he's working on his business credit and working on his personal credit. So he couldn't get funded. So we were able to do the application, and I believe a 1 or 2 day process, he was approved and he got $15,000 of funding.
Nice. And
yeah,
you got a nice commission email.
I did. You know what? I did. I got it. I mean, I don't know if it's okay, but I got a $600 commission off of that, which it came right on time because I needed it. So I was happy about that, and it really gave a jump start and forward with this.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I know. And for those of you that are listening, we just got a raise in our compensation plan 3 weeks ago, I think. You would have started out at 3%, but David bumped everybody up to 4%. So you got an extra $150 on that. So congratulations.
Thank you,
Yeah. And Harlequin was their enroller bonuses and all of that there? You know the whole story.
Yeah, the person who brought you on board got a matching bonus for, for enroller bonus. And then, then your upline got, that were at higher ranks, got the commissions on that as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody got,
And
it's a
actually,
win for
Ellen,
everybody.
she's on Jebecca's team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Jebecca's great. And
Yeah.
You're on a great team all together. Between Jebecca and being on Harlequin's team, which all of you guys are on my team. So you've got a great support system here. If you ever need any of our help, just please let us know. We look forward to seeing you get many more fundings in the future and helping many more business owners along their path to growth. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you, guys.
All right, you bet. Awesome job. All right, I saw Reese on here. Where did you go, Reese? You want to raise your hand again? There you are.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you? Congratulations, Reese.
Thank you. As I discussed with Ellen, I've had maybe 3 or 4 phone calls with her, and how I came to DAC, I was looking for something where help people with what they need in life. And since I'm 59 years old, going to be 60 in November, retired Navy.
Thank you for your service.
A lot of people are looking at things where they're not capable of doing the type of work they used to do. That's me. And so I was looking for something that no auto ships, a lot of MLMs, a lot of other companies, huge expenses. And I clicked on the link from my immediate sponsor on Google, and sitting there, I looked at it sitting there, and David, listen to David and his presentation, and I says, this is too good to be true. There's got to be a catch. And then I signed up. Oh, it's free. And basically started watching a whole bunch of videos, Ellen's videos, David's videos, everybody else's has videos on YouTube, trying to pull in all the information I could. And I took Ellen and my sponsor's advice and David's advice, and all the mediums, Twitter, Facebook, social media. I haven't done any YouTube yet. I had little issues of trying to figure out how to do an ad on Google. If you don't do it right, it won't work. But I got that one client came on, got an email. Oh, I got a lead. I'm sitting there. Okay. And I think I called Ellen and said, how long does it take to get paid on this? And it's just a matter of a lot of young people are coming into this type of career. And all I have to say is follow everybody's advice. Ellen's been in the business for a long time. We have a similar background in the service industry. We haven't talked much about that. But what I'd recommend to everybody, whether you're doing this part-time or want to scale up to full-time, like I want to scale up, is follow the advice. So David does, videos on YouTube all the time. Follow his channel. And it's a matter of, are you providing a service that somebody is looking for? Just like my sponsor says, well, everybody's looking online. Yes. I even, with another company, I even read LinkedIn ads. I'm still trying to figure everything out, but follow all of them. If you're not comfortable spending a whole bunch of money on paid ads, use your influencers. I've only got a few thousand on Twitter. I don't know where my last customer came from because it just popped in the email. I love those email notifications. You have a new lead. Your application is being processed. The customer accepted the offer. And that's good news when a customer decides, I'll take the money. That's when you know I've got.
And then you get that surprise email of congratulations, you have a client that's been funded. Here's your commission, right?
And with David Allen Capital, he sends you the email. Customer's been funded. In the email, you're now DAC going and say, oh, I'm amped up. That was the whole point. I'm discussing with my wife. I was sitting there. The whole point is when he talks about so much about getting amped up, you want to maximize your commission. But then you're getting paid to introduce information to people who are actually looking. There's a lot, there's, like Ellen said before, there's 35 million businesses in America. And a lot of businesses are looking at, they might be going 6 months looking at, oh, they got all these expenses. I need funding to pay for this refurbishing in my store or a new equipment or whatnot. No matter what the
What
need is.
industry was your client from that just got funded?
I haven't reached out to him because I had another one pop this weekend.
Okay, good.
An equipment client. So I'm
Okay.
sitting there, I'm just hoping that he's offered the right deal. So it gets him locked in. But what I find exciting here is, there's a lot. I'm sorry. I just got cut out there. I'm just still learning here. I have a few people that I want to reach out personally, that's in my personal circle. But coming from trying different MLMs and trying different things, sometimes it's best to start off in a fresh channel, start out with fresh training. When David Allen Campbell doesn't cost you anything. What it costs is your time and effort. Learn everything that needs to be learned. And if you are skilled in running ads, just run them properly. Make sure you're following the rules. And whether the customer came in as a Twitter or a Google or a Facebook ad, I don't know, but I'm glad the customer did, because sometimes you get in those weeks where you really need that money. And that's basically it. This follow the advice of the leadership and keep charging forward. I don't know what DAC 4 is yet, because I don't understand these DAC levels yet. But I explained to Ellen, I would like to get to 100,000 a month funded value. Now that's going to take a lot of work to scale up to that point, a lot of work. But depending on the next customer, I don't, we never know when the next customer is going to come in, whether it's going to be borrowing $15,000 or it's a major loan. We
That's
never
right.
know until we get that little email that says your customer is applying for this. I love those emails where it says, what's my customer doing? He's applying for 25,000, whatever. The last one was equipment. Now,
Financing, yeah.
I don't
Awesome.
understand the equipment thing, but I'm learning, and I
It'll
want to
come
learn more.
along. It'll all come along. The main thing is you don't know where the client came from, and you don't have to know that at this point, right? You've got what you're doing is working. So congratulations again, Reese. I'm going to get us back into screen share mode. I appreciate your story, and we
Okay, thank
appreciate
you.
your service, being retired Navy there. Thank you much.
Yeah.
All right.
Ellen,
Yeah.
if I can, just because this doesn't always happen, and I'm gonna catch him completely off guard, but Jasmine's sponsor is actually on the Zoom with us, Damari Briscoe. Damari, can you just unmute yourself if you're able to talk? I know I'm catching you off guard.
Yeah, no, that's fine. How's everybody doing?
We're doing fabulous. So how surprised were you when you got that email saying that you had earned some money and you didn't know about it?
Honestly, I didn't even know about the email. Jasmine, she just sent me a text message and asked me, hey, check your email when she first got her email. I didn't even know if it was real or not, because it kind of was like put on the back burner because we was working on a few other things. So the email kind of like came out of the blue. So I was like, I didn't get no email. I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, well, I got paid. So I was like, she said, if I got paid, you should have got paid. So I had double checked my email, and there it was. I got, that's the great thing about the company. Once you bring someone in, you can also get paid from just simply bringing someone on board. So that's like more motivation to expose this opportunity to more people. Because the more people you have on your team, the more opportunities you have to get paid. You know what I mean? So that's really the name of the game. We're getting people paid so that we can get paid, which is kind of ironic.
That's awesome. I love it.
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations, Damari. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Oh, I
did you
missed
have
this for the
anything?
world.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
Oh,
love
thank
your photo there, standing on the stairs in your
Oh yeah,
suit.
we went to
Sharp.
a conference where we were learning more information because information is key, and we had to dress all up for that. Jasmine has a photo with those stairs as well. But yeah, you gotta get into the professional environments if you want to reach those levels. You know what I mean?
That's right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Anything else, Harlequin?
No, that's
Awesome.
all. But
Yep,
thank you, Damari. I appreciate you coming on without me giving you any heads up.
It's all good, no problem.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to get us back into screen share mode here. I got a couple more slides to go through, and then we will take any questions that you have. All right. So I said I wanted to talk about the conversation, and right now the conversation I'm super excited about is Relevate. Of course, I'm excited about all the services that we offer, and David has been really harping on this lately, saying, look, just pick whatever it is out of our array of services, our portfolio of services, pick whatever it is that you're passionate about and become really good at marketing and talking about that particular program, right? Same thing as Reese was talking about marketing. We talk about your marketing methods. All of them work, whether you're doing warm market, whether you're doing social media posts, whether you're doing email marketing, whether you're doing text marketing, all of those methods work. You've just got to pick what works for you, whatever you have a comfort level starting at. I always encourage everyone to work starting with your warm market, because that's the path of least resistance. It's the low-hanging fruit for you to have conversations with people that already know you and have a trusted relationship. And we talked a couple of weeks ago about using that trust respect triangle and doing three-way calls with people and utilizing that. But tonight I want to talk about the one product that I'm very passionate about right now. I'm still excited about the employee retention credit and this new launch of Relevate. In fact, before I get into this, before I forget, something that really popped into my mind the other day. I know a lot of people that have joined DAC have come from other companies that have been marketing the employee retention credit. In fact, we've had some people come on board that have clients with other companies before DAC got into the ERC space. They have clients that they've brought on that have 300, 400, 500 employees, right? So think about this. Relevate is a product that is perfectly suited for those companies that have anywhere from 25 on up, 25 employees up, are eligible potentially for the pay any day advances. That's on a case-by-case basis from 25 up to 100 employees, right? And that's on the early stages of this. That won't last forever. But our prime candidates for Relevate are companies that have 100 or more employees, because they'll automatically be eligible for the payday advances without having to have 100% sign up on that. So if you know people that have been marketing the employee retention credit, or you yourself have been marketing the employee retention credit, those are great clients to go back to and have a conversation with, right? Go back and say, hey, I've got another value add here. We've helped you get money back on the employee retention credit. How would you like to have a way to attract and attract new employees, new talent, and retain your talented employees, right? And be able to launch the Relevate program. But in this recruiting mindset, as we're talking about building teams, think of who you know that you've heard talking about ERC, or somebody that may have tried to recruit you into ERC, and they're talking about some of the big deals that they've done. those are perfect folks to reach out to about the DAC agent opportunity. In fact, I reached out to someone the other day. I happened to run across a video on YouTube, and he's marketing the ERC program. So I looked him up, found his email, and I sent him an email, and I said, hey, I just found you on YouTube, saw that you're doing the ERC program. I would like to talk to you about your program, and gave my phone number. And a few minutes later, he responded back to me. And my conversation started out with him of, look, you know, I want to be up front with you. We're in the financial services space, and we also offer the employee retention credit, but that's not why I reached out to you, because I don't want it to be that I'm trying to flip him off of what he's currently doing with another company. I want to show him how he could add Relevate to the conversation if he's already talking to companies that have hundreds of employees, right? Because it's a perfect fit. Now he'll figure out on his own, getting involved with DAC, that our company pays more than the company he's currently working with, but I don't make that about it. I'm not trying to say, well, if you come over here, we pay more than what you're making over there. I don't make it about that at all. I make it about adding Relevate to the conversation when he's talking to business owners. So I think that's something that you really need to put in your thought pattern on who you're looking for to recruit into this. I had that same conversation with another friend of mine that actually introduced me to the employee retention tax credit initially. And he was telling me about some folks that had some really big deals and had gotten connected with some automobile dealerships and this and that, and they were having a lot of success with the employee retention credit. So I brought that conversation back around to him, and I said, who are some of these guys and gals that you were talking about that had some big deals with the employee retention tax credit program? And I got him to thinking about it. And before we got off of the phone, he's going, Ellen, I've got 3 people that I need to reach out to. So put that into your thought pattern there, and think of who you know that is already in that space, talking to big businesses that have a lot of employees. And let's see how we could add the DAC Relevate program into their mix. They can continue doing the ERC if they're passionate about the company that they're building with, or if they have a team there and they're making money off of a team. But again, they'll figure it out that DAC pays more on the ERC once they get over here. But Relevate's a great add-on for that. So let's talk about Relevate and what you would say. And I've been working on this. I've got a long list of businesses that I'm going to be reaching out to, but I'll tell you honestly, I haven't really started. I've had a few conversations with people, just kind of getting my word flow comfortable so that when I have those conversations, it flows naturally. And I put down a few bullet points, because I look back when I was having success with another company that was B2B services. What was I doing? I was calling some government entities, some municipal entities, and I was getting to the person that was a decision maker. And how did I do that? Well, I made bullet points of my conversation, speaking points. And when I made the initial call, I would ask, and I'd say, here's what I'm doing. Who's the person that I need to talk to that makes decisions on this? And I'd give them the quick bullet points of what we're doing. And they're going, oh, you need to talk to so-and-so. And, or they would say, they're in charge of this. Now, in our case today, you probably need to know who those people are going in. But again, the bullet point of the conversation is really kind of your key so that you stay on track with what it is. So here's the highlights of what I've come up with for the Relevate program. And I like really starting out with a conversation and asking some questions. If I were talking with a local business owner, and I know several of them now, or several leaders in organizations that have hundreds and some of them thousands of employees, I would start the conversation just saying, hey, I know with the employment scene the way it is today, are you guys having a challenge finding good talent and keeping good talent as far as your employee base goes? I get the conversation going with a question, and then they're going to be open with that. And they're going to say, yeah, we've had, turnover has been high, or we've done some positive things that we've kept our turnover low. Just let them get started with the conversation. And then I would bring the points to them on Relevate. And that is, well, I wanted to share some information with you that a lot of people aren't aware of. And that is that whether you realize it or not, 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So that middle to lower income worker is really struggling to get by from week to week or every 2 weeks, whatever your pay cycles are. And if they're needing money before payday, they're going to be paying huge fees to check cashers and payday loan agencies to be able to get that money that they need in an emergency. Well, we found a solution to ease this pain. It's a digital banking and pay card program that is the most sophisticated solution on the market. And it allows employees to draw up to 50% of their earned wages before payday. Does this sound like something that that your company might be interested in exploring and showing your employees how much you care about them? That would be my type of opening with someone that I'm talking about. And again, bringing back these bullet points, I didn't completely finish that before we had to get going tonight, but I'm just kind of ad-libbing on it. But I would take a screenshot of what I've laid out here, because I've gone back through the presentation many times with the founders, and they start telling about what Relevate is, and I kind of want to bring that in as the last thing instead of the paycheck. I want to bring the reasons why 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. They're paying high fees with the payday loans, the check cashers and payday loans, and we have a solution to ease this pain. So take a screenshot of that, and now I'm going to go off of screen share and go over to some question and answer with you guys. And it doesn't have to be specifically about Relevate. It can be about anything that you have going on in your business, but want to give you the floor to do that. And I've got Keith with a hand up. Keith, I'm going to ask you to unmute. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
My question is, I just got my Relevate card. And so if I fund someone, it said the minimum is it 3,000 to fund somebody, the revenue?
Correct. 3,000 is minimum revenue to be eligible to get funding through any of our platforms.
Okay, and I also have an LLC where I do copywriting services, so I have my own clients doing that as well. I can offer Relevate as an add-on to my services.
You can to companies. We're soon going to be launching the consumer product where individuals can sign up for Relevate, but we don't have that in our portfolio of services yet, but it's coming.
Yeah. I have a client that has 20 employees.
Okay.
She has an HR agency, yeah.
Yeah, so if they've got 20 employees, they're probably not going to qualify for the Pay Any Day platform, because we're looking at a minimum of 25, and 100% of the employee group would have to sign up to be eligible for the Pay Any Day advances. But there's still a tremendous benefit to those employees using the Pay Any Day platform, right? Because if they can't get a checking account, they can get the pay cards. They've got the instant pay. I just went through that with one of my team members today, where they were needing to send money. They were able to do an instant transfer, get money in an account that needed money for bill pay. And we're just blown away by the speed of the send money platform there in Relevate. That, along with the interest-bearing checking account, is free. There's no overdraft fees ever. There's no cost for the account. So there are a lot of benefits for it. And then coming next month, we're going to have the international, or as they put it, a cross-border money transfer with very minimal fees there. So that's going to be a huge benefit, as many international workers as we have in the workforce.
Yeah, I can say here in Chicagoland, many people go to those payday lenders and they just gouge them. They gouge them in fees. And so anything that can believe that would be wonderful.
Yeah, they do. And, as Stuart was talking on our Relevate presentation, the CEO of Relevate, he was talking about what they had in mind when they created the product was to serve the underserved work class here in our country, those folks that are in that lower to middle income bracket that are just getting gouged, not only with the payday, pay advances, check cashers, but also through banks, right? When they're getting overdrafted and the $35 fee here, the $35 fee there, all of the fees, most banks have gotten to the point where they're making more money off of fees from people that are suffering and struggling than they are in the old methods of making money off a bank account. So we're excited to be launching this product and have it available to our potential customers.
Thank you so much for your time, Ellen.
You bet. Thanks for the question, Keith. Appreciate you. Okay, Reese, you got a question?
Yes, I just want to make sure I'm not quoting my wife incorrectly. For personal performance, personal production, what is the maximum rate a person can make with David Allen Capital with personal performance?
Well, it depends on which product we're talking about. Is on funding products, you can earn up to 8% of your personal clients funding. We've got the triple AMP. So first funding, you get 4%, you get another funding within 30 days, you can earn 6%. Then another funding within 30 days, you can earn 7%. And then another funding in 30 days, you can earn all the way up to 8%. So that's 3 months in a row, you would be at 8% funding. And of course, if you want to stay amped, as you're talking about earlier, you want to stay amped to earn the maximum commissions. If your goal is to stay amped and have at least one funding every 30 days, within 90 days, you're going to be at 8%. And those 3 fundings could all come within a 30-day window. It doesn't have to be spread out over 90 days, but that 90-day window is kind of what your rolling window is, because after every 30 days.
My goal in the next 6 months is to try to land at least one deal a week.
There you go. And it's totally doable, totally doable. We've had agents that are doing what you're doing. They're doing social media, they're doing paid ads and so on, that have had multiple fundings a week, every week for a long time. So it's totally doable.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for your question. And let's see, I don't have another hand up. Is there a question in the chat there, Harlequin?
Actually, we have 0 questions in the chat.
All right. No questions in the chat. I'm not all about making it long today. Guys, if y'all were on today's Zoom, David got started. He announced that the compensation plan is just a couple of days away. He was going to do it on a slideshow and present that today, but he had a couple of tweaks that he needed to finish out before he's ready to actually release that. He presented what he had to present, which was talking about this business being an inside job, which means an inside here. What you're thinking about your business is what is determining your activity level. And then that was a 30-minute Zoom. He asked for questions. I was the only one that had a question, and we ended at 12 o'clock. So it was 30 minutes long. I loved it. And I love having the shorter Zooms for everybody's benefit. That way people can be engaged, get their questions answered, and move on forward. So if we don't have any questions or comments in the chat, I'm happy to finish up. So going once, going twice, going, gone. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for participating tonight. We appreciate you showing up for your business, and glad that you're a part of this team. We're going to rock it out here in 2023 and look forward to seeing what your business is going to be able to do. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you all. We'll see you on the next Zoom.